Hello everybody, Aerial Snack here bringing you some more mobile gameplay guides. I just want to start off by saying that I'll most likely no longer be making any Soul of Eden content, so if that's why you're subscribed to me and that's the only reason you'd be watching my videos, then I would recommend you actually unsubscribe because I will not be making that content any longer and will most likely be making Wild Rift content for the foreseeable future, and that's also what I will be streaming on my Twitch channel of the same name. So with that being said, I'd like to get into this. This is going to be a kind of like a Darius guide, but it's more of a guide for how to win and how to climb, even if you're not that great of a player. Mechanically on Wild Rift, I'm pretty bad, but I'm still able to climb, and I have about a 56-57% win rate in ranked, and I've been climbing very quickly. I will also like to say that if you did not play League of Legends on PC, then maybe some of this won't apply to you. I still think it'll be useful because I'll be having explicitly explaining tips anyways, but I would highly recommend you watch videos specifically on teaching people that haven't played PC League on the knowledge you need and how to transition into Wild Rift. There are several videos by other YouTubers that go into that. If you would like me to make one, however, I would have no issues with that if there's demand. So if you would like that, then go ahead and comment below that you would like me to make content like that. So I'll start off by doing a brief explanation of the build. So first I'll start off with runes. Oh, or will I? With runes. So I go Conqueror, Darius, even on PC, loves Conqueror. It just synergizes with this kit because it does the same thing that Darius already wants to do, is hit somebody a certain amount of times, get the benefits from it, and then kind of back out. I take Champion because it's a huge buff. It's 10% extra damage. And it really helps me get into that mindset of, oh, I can't die, I have to play safe, which just makes me play better overall. Spirit Walker, bonus max HP and slow resistance is just really what Darius wants. And then ability haste is always good. I really don't like a lot of the last lines for the runes anyways, so it's a pretty good one for Darius. For items, Trinity Force and Death Dance is pretty standard for Darius, and then after that you want to start going tankier, so I go with Steric's Gauge. Spirit Visage, which also synergizes with its Q and is some good magic resist, and then Dead Man's Plate is armor, and I like the passive. A lot of people will actually take Guardian Angel for the last item, which gives attack damage, armor, and the revive ability, which is all very nice. I personally at that point don't feel like I die, so the speed boost from Dead Man's Plate I find personally more beneficial. For boots, you can take whatever depending on the situation. I'll take Ionian Steel Caps or Mercury Treads depending on what the enemy team composition is. And for the spells, I normally take Ghost Flash. However, if I feel like I need Ignite early on, I will take it instead of Ghost. So I'm going to show my most recent game, in which I will also point out my mistakes and point out enemy mistakes and point out why I was able to carry and win this game, even though I didn't play particularly well. I'm currently, in this game, I'm against a Garen. A lot of people think Garen's a pretty good counter to Darius. I'm personally not sure why. I think it's kind of a skill matchup. They're pretty even. Darius's passive kind of counters Garen's passive in my opinion, because the bleed makes it take a lot longer for Garen's passive to regain HP out of combat to start. Because of course Garen's counted as in combat every time he takes damage from Darius's bleed. Darius has a very strong level 1, and I would say it's probably stronger than Garen's level 1. So I play a little aggressively right at the start. Because you can just keep auto-attacking, and then once he starts to get disengaged, you can use your Q to heal back 20% of the HP you lost to him. So I come up, I just kind of attack him and back off, because I know he's going to Q and back off, so. I normally try to start, I missed my Q there. I normally try to start by pushing the wave at the beginning so I can get level 2 first. I try not to push it too quickly so that it goes straight into the tower, but I try to get an early level 2 so I can use that level 2 advantage to pressure the enemy. And sometimes I get a kill out of it. I missed my Q again. So even though I missed both Qs, so I didn't get the healing from the Q because I missed it, and I didn't get the extra damage because I missed it, and I didn't get the extra bleed because I missed it, but I still killed him. Just because the enemy didn't understand how big of an advantage the level 2 gave me. And this is always going to happen. Well, not always. It's going to happen very often at low elos. Gold and below, it's going to happen because there's a lot of people that just don't have enough game knowledge or enough experience to really know stuff like that. So if you played a lot of League on PC and you have a good feel for how different champions are, how strong they are at different points in the game, then you can most definitely use that to your advantage, even if you aren't that strong. Because there's a lot of people playing that just don't have that knowledge. Another thing that I never see enemies do, really, is check the map. You can very blatantly be about to gank them, and they'll just keep pushing. Because they don't really understand the importance of looking at the map, or it's just not a skill they've built yet. It is a skill you have to, it's a habit you have to create. As you saw earlier, I missed my E, so I just kind of backed off and wait for my E to come back up. I don't want to go into a fight where I have a disadvantage. He gets way too close here, so I just pull him, slow him, and just keep auto-attacking him. I got a Phage on my first back, so I'm using the speed buff from that to continue to auto-attack him. And once he got a certain distance away, I was able to Q. I positioned it in a way where if he keeps running, then I can't miss my Q, because I know I missed him a lot. But if he comes back, then I'm going to be able to auto-attack him again, so it's kind of a win-win situation. The Garen just keeps repeatedly not understanding the range, or like the safe range for him. So he keeps coming into a place where I can attack him. Now would be a good time to ward. I think about it, however, mid dies, and then Yi pops up bottom again, even though Garen's gone. So I can just keep looking at the map while I'm pushing. So I see there's no threats because there's no mid, there's no jungler, so there's, and bottom is both bottom. So I can continue to push, even though normally this would be very dangerous to do so. Now is a good time for me to ward. Garen's back at full HP, and Yi could have gone somewhere, mid could have respawned. It takes me a little bit too long to ward, and I get into some trouble. Garen comes up, and then yeah, the mid laner comes and ganks. I'm able to get out, even though they got off like a full combo. I used the Q there just to heal, because the Q heals you 20% of your max missing HP for every enemy hit. I know the Garen's overextended the entire game, so I know if he sees me at low HP, he's going to think he can win, even though he definitely can't. So I stayed, even though it was a little risky. I knew that Ahri went back, and with my ultimate, I'm able to finish him off. Actually, if he ulted me there, we might have traded. We both would have, well, it would have been like a toss-up of who was able to get it off first. So that was a slightly risky play. I should have, once I saw that he regened enough HP, I probably should have backed. Alright, what did I get next? I think I got a Sheen. Oh, I built the whole Trinity Force. So I think I'm at 3 kills? 2 kills at this moment. Yeah, I have 2 kills, and I have a lot of CS, and I got that first plate from the turret. So what always happens is if you start winning lane this hard, they just leave. As you can see, Garen is mid, Ahri's mid. I don't really need a ward right now because I can see where everybody is. I had pinged that he was missing, so they know he's probably gonna be gone for a bit, and I just take the tower. I take the fruit to get the mana, and just so he can't use it later in case I don't get the tower. Well, we got this tower. Again, I see everyone fighting over dragon, so I know it's safe to continue to push. And that's the power of being able to look at the map. You can know exactly what you can and can't do just if you keep looking at the mini-map. If you know where enemies are, then you know what you're capable of. Yeah, the Garen's trying to farm. I don't think he doesn't understand the concept of how to play safe. And I understand that if you're very far behind and you can't even farm minions, it does feel very oppressive. Really, all you can do, if you're this far behind, it's at the point where they can't even gank. If somebody came and ganked me, I would be able to kill them 2v1. Again, even though I'm not very mechanically inclined for this game, I'm just so far ahead in levels and items that it doesn't matter. And that's just capitalizing on just a few mistakes early game. And again, it's not like I'm doing anything amazing, because you saw me miss almost all of my skills. I pretty much won the lane through auto attacks alone, and the use of my W slow, which is basically, it's an auto attack buff. Jax comes here and helps me pull off some shenanigans. Again, missed my cube. I didn't hit either of them with it. I got the handle on Garen, and it didn't hit the Vayne at all. But it doesn't matter. I feel like even, well, it might not have went as well as with Jax wasn't there. The Vayne seems fairly competent, so they might have been able to get a good condemn on me. And then if Garen ulted me, it could have been pretty bad. But with the Jax there, it's a guaranteed win, no matter how poorly I play. Again, all you gotta do really is auto attack. And once you get your passive fully stacked, you can ult. So I'm just staying top because the Yi and the Ahri, the mid and their jungle, are very preoccupied with other places on the map. They're putting a lot of pressure on bottom right now. Right now, there's no pressure on the map, however, so I go mid to see if I can't get that turret. But all of the, basically, half the enemy team comes and does it as well. Top lane was already pushed, so I wouldn't be generating pressure, much more pressure by going up there. And there wasn't really any enemies on the map, so there wasn't really a safe place for me to go other than mid because our turret's still there, and I'll just be going to their tier 1. It's a very short lane, so you can get to the other side fairly easily. Now that everybody's mid and Jax is taking Dragon, I decided to go up top because Garen's there, and it's a free kill. I believe Garen ends up leaving at the perfect moment, so I decided just to shove the lane to create some more map pressure. For those that don't really know, map pressure just means generating threats on the map that they have to respond to. So I'm pushing top. If they don't stop me, I can take their inhibitor turret. However, if there's also objectives like Dragon or Baron or Rift Herald on the map, if my team is taking that, I can generate map pressure just to force the enemy team to choose whether they want to lose Dragon or Rift Herald for their top turret, you know. You make them choose between two decisions that are pretty bad. At this point, I'm really strong, so I decide I'm going to get some kills. I'm able to kill the... I don't really know how to use the portrait lock mode too well, so I just kind of, whoever it attacks, that's who I'm attacking. I was able to kill the Braum fairly easily. And like I said, the Vayne is somewhat competent, so she was able to get away. Since my team is in the Nexus, I decided instead of backing, I'm just going to go get the fruit and come back and try to take the turret to help just kind of finish the game. But back to the map pressure. You can generally win the game just by being able to properly use and apply map pressure. So I said, if I push top while my team is pushing bottom, they're going to have to split their resources. If they they have to send at least 2 people to even pressure me, but they have to spend 3 if they really want to kill me. So if my entire team is pushing bottom while they're doing that, then I'm able to... If my entire team is pushing bottom while I'm pushing top, and they have to send at least 2 people to come to pressure me, then they're only sending 3 people bottom, so my team has an advantage because they have 1 more person at bottom lane. But if they really want to like kill me or deal with me, they have to send at least 3 people. So if they're only sending 2 people to deal with 4, my entire team at bottom, then they're gonna do what they need to bottom. Here, the enemy team is all around. They're at mid and they're at bottom, so we're just able to finish the game because they're not looking at the map to see that we're winning the game. So if you're going to take anything away from this gameplay footage, it's look at the map, because that's what wins and loses most low elo games in my opinion. So as you can see, I didn't die. That's because I normally play a lot safer when I have champion. If you don't want to play champion, I mean, that's fine. It's a great rune, but it's definitely highly risky. And it doesn't always work out. As soon as you die twice, you're basically wasting a rune slot. However, you still can sometimes, even if you die twice, get a good enough value out of it early game to where it was still worth it to take it. So, like I said, the biggest thing to take away from this is you have to look at the map more often. If you know where the enemies are, then you can take advantage of their mistakes more easily. If all 5 are at bottom and you're pushing top and you never see them leave bottom, you can just keep pushing and take it. However, as soon as you see them disappear, you have to go back, go get gold elsewhere. If you see them disappear, they're coming to get you. They're going to come kill you. They're going to kill you. You're going to lose gold. You're going to give them gold. So instead, just go back, farm another lane that's safer, farm jungle, whatever else you can do to continuing to make yourself stronger. But do it safely. And that's going to bring me to a second really quick tip. If you start losing lane, you die twice, early game, like it's not even 5 minutes and you died twice yet, you've lost that lane. You've pretty much given up most of your hope to be able to ever beat that person one-on-one until maybe late game if you're able to come back. So your best bet is just to sit under tower and hope they push the wave to you, and then when the wave gets to the tower and the tower starts hitting the enemy minions, then you can start trying to last hit them to get the golden experience. But if the wave is in the middle, you have to stay back. You can try to stay within EXP range, but you're not going to be able to last hit them because if you get close enough, then they're just going to kill you. A lot of people don't like that Garen. Once he died to me the second time, he should have just never gotten close to me, but he kept kind of getting close to CS, and I was able to that's all I needed, the only amount of time I needed to be able to pull him in and kill him. So when you get that far behind, you have to give up minions to prevent the enemy from killing you. And that's a concept a lot of people that are playing this game that either weren't very... Oh, I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So yeah, I'm a fan of Critical. So, you have to learn how to play safe when you're behind. That's something people don't do here because either they weren't very high ranked or didn't play ranked in PC League, or they just never played PC League, so it's not a concept they're familiar with. So if you apply really just those two things, and like I said, if you just need to learn how to play two champions because there's no banning in ranked, so just learn how to play one champion and then the counter to that champion in case the enemy team picks them, and you should be good to go. So I hope these concepts will help you improve. I stream every day from 6 to 8, and I kind of do similar things to this. I play, I point out my mistakes, I point out the opponent's mistakes, and I climb up the ranks as a mechanically not very skilled player. So if you're not very good at the game, but you still would like to climb, hopefully my content will be able to help you with that. If there's anything you'd like to see, any specific questions you want answered, or any specific characters, content, whatever you want to see, feel free to let me know, and I have enough free time, I'll probably make it. When I say 6 to 8, I stream 6 to 8 Arizona time. I think right now that's 8 to 10 Eastern, and it's 5 to 7 Pacific. I think Arizona doesn't have daylight savings time, so it can't always translate, unfortunately. But yeah. So if this content you feel is helpful, I'll be making a lot more of it in the future, and let me know if there's anything specific you want to see. Hope it helped. Bye.